Is Odell Beckham Jr.'s vast improvement late season all about a change of scenery? This is Dr. David Chao, Sports Injury Central. Odell Beckham Jr. has played a lot better with the Rams than he did with the Cleveland Browns. Why is that? There are lots of reasons for that. Earlier this offseason, Odell Beckham was running on a treadmill here, as you see, and I retweeted it saying he looks good, he's doing well, but he's nowhere near 100%. And you can see the dialogue that OBJ and I had on Twitter, very friendly. We've been actually, he's going to come on the podcast this offseason. And he agreed, deceleration and cutting we're not there yet. And at that time, we said he would have a rough first half of the season and get better and better for the second half. So let's look and see what's happened here. Statistically, with Cleveland, he was with Cleveland for 8 games, missed week 9 with the trade, and then he's with the Rams for 8 regular season games. So very symmetrical. He missed 2 games, so he played in 6 with Cleveland. 34 targets, 17 receptions, 232 yards, no TDs, 2 drops. With the Rams, starting in week 10, 27 receptions on 43 targets, 305 yards, 5 TDs, no drops. So what do people say? Oh, it's Sean McVay, it's Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield is bad. I don't necessarily think so. I think this has more to do with Odell Beckham. Of course, in the first half of the season, he also had a shoulder injury. But Odell Beckham's knee, ACL knee, rounding into form. And why do we see that? First of all, if you look at those stats, if you were to assume 17 for 34, 232 yards, that's a quarterback rating, if that were a quarterback stats for a game. And it doesn't quite work this way. This is just the quarterback rating throwing to Odell Beckham in the first half of the season. 72.18. The quarterback rating in the second half of the season, 27 receptions for 43 targets, 305 yards, 5 TDs, 122.72. So in the first half of the season, quarterbacks throwing to Odell Beckham had a quarterback rating of 72.18. In the second half, 122.72. Is some of that Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay versus Cleveland's situation with Stefanski and Baker Mayfield? Maybe, but no offense to Matthew Stafford. Is he a quarterback who rates at 122.72? He's had among his highest quarterback rating this season, just over 100. He's had 2 career seasons, just over 100. Throwing to Odell Beckham, he's at a quarterback rating of 122.72. Now, I get it. Odell doesn't have a ton of yards, but let me tell you, where the rubber meets the road is, can you get open in tight spaces, i.e. the red zone? And Odell's been catching touchdowns, and that's why the quarterback rating throwing to him has been higher. So in conclusion, I think you can say the change of scenery was good for Odell. I mean, with the Rams, he's not even the number 1 receiver, so maybe defensively he's got less talent guarding him, and that affects things. But his production is much higher. But do not forget, second half, later in the season, in your first year back from ACL, you get better. That happened to Joe Burrow as well. It's happening here to Odell Beckham. So some of this is his knee getting healthier, as well as his new scenery. And we look for more from Odell in the playoffs against Tampa Bay and maybe longer. Thanks for watching. Go to ProFootballDoc Twitter or sign up for YouTube. The new website is Sports Injury Central, sicscore.com. Thanks for watching.